I truly believe isolation could be one of the biggest leading factors to success. Um, the people you surround yourself with, I'm sure everyone has heard, is so important. But to really put it into perspective, is it's more important because not necessarily even if they're doing anything bad, like smoking, drinking, vaping. Let's say if they're not doing that and simply being average, you end up thinking like them, acting like them, doing the same things as them. Um, so whoever knows what's possible, which is pretty much everyone, and what I mean by that is making 100K a month, which 1% less, of the world does. A lot of people know that it's possible, but a lot of people don't go after it. And if you're watching this, you're already probably wanting that, right? But you're not necessarily taking the actions, or if you are, you're not going full force into it. And that's because you're not isolated. Being isolated lets you truly see these videos, get inspired, and then not go hang out with those mediocre people that are going to influence your actions. And even if you don't bring up the idea to them, um like let's say rather than them making fun of you, sorry for stuttering, rather than them making fun of you for bringing up the idea of getting a Lamborghini or anything like that, you don't even say anything, right? You just have in the back of your mind, you're like, okay, this is possible, but you just go on your everyday. It's just simple, you keep going out, hanging out with them, doing the same things, go, school, work, wherever it might be, or your friends drinking every weekend, things like that. That's still gonna have a massive impact on you. Okay, so watching those kind of things, and be very cautious of what you consume as well, because not everything is good. Be isolated but be productive. Be isolated but watch the right things, consume the right information, take the right actions, be disciplined. All of this is easier said than done, but the first step is isolation. You're alone but not lonely. God is always with you. And where was I going with this? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so once you're isolated, you consume the right information, it's possible, and you kind of figure it out in your own mind that this is really possible, I want this, and you don't go to the same friends or the same mediocre mindset that you used to go with. So now you're kind of alone. You're in your own space, you're in your own world, and you start slowly wanting it more and seeing that it's more and more possible. Because we've all seen the lifestyle that's possible, the lifestyle that most people want, but most people aren't willing to have. And some people talk about it, you're like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and never end up doing it. That's why just keep it to yourself and stay away from people. Not necessarily don't talk to anyone, be social, be a good person, be kind, but don't involve yourself with everyone. You don't have to reply to those text messages. You don't have to go to every party, go to every hangout. Keep it to yourself, and you start slowly taking action. And when you're isolated, you really get to think for yourself and what you want. You realize what you want, you write down what you want, and take action. It really is as simple as that. 2 years ago, when I first started when I started thinking of this and gaining this mindset, that's literally what I did. Now, I was fortunate enough that I got into a group that was a bit older than me, so I knew they were gonna graduate first and I was gonna have to find my own group. And that transition led to me being very independent. and it was a group of skateboarders. You know, I went down that path pretty early on, and what made me click was I went down a bad path early on, and I realized I didn't want that path. So that made me click early on and made me know what I want, be independent, and you know, move forward. Now, of course, I became friends with different groups, but at the end of the day, I know that, you know, you always have yourself and God. And for me, I'm just grateful for my journey, because that led me to be where I am now and have this mindset. So I really hope that this is able to help you guys. Um, Comment down your situation. You know, hopefully I'll be able to help. But I know there's many different situations that you might be in. You might have had this friend group since you were a child, you know, it's grown up with them, but you feel like you don't really resonate with them anymore. Or, you know, there's an energy, there's a thought. God put a thought in your brain of what's achievable. Now it's up to you to either choose to pursue this thought and take action and fulfill your purpose, fulfill your destiny. Because I feel like if you have had this thought, you know, and there's something inside you telling you that, you know, this is possible, you could have this, you should chase it and go after it. So yeah, if you've had this friend group since you were a kid, I know it's gonna be super hard, but just, you know, say, sorry, I have work. Say you get a job, I have work, a part-time job, or I have to study, and you keep saying no, 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 I don't want to hang out, I don't want to go to this, and they're going to leave you alone. Now, you could always go back to them, you know? I'm saying this for a period of time, but at the end of the day, you do have to make sacrifices. Not everything is going to be given to you. It's 1% of the people, you know, that make it. Realistically, depends what you're doing. I'm saying in trading, 1% of people make it, you know, barely. It's rare lifestyle, right? Just not going a traditional route, becoming an entrepreneur, making tons of money, material wealth aside, fulfillment, discipline, willpower, that's a thing a lot of people don't have, and something I'm still trying to work on. I'm not saying I have it, but it's something I'm working towards, and a lot of people don't even think about it. They don't think about their day-to-day. They don't think about their life. They're just in such a daily routine that they just simply go with the flow and look for the next fun event or the next fun thing. And if you're watching this, I know that's not the way you would want to live. So, yeah, you do have to make the sacrifice of cutting people off. And deep down, you should know if the relationship is right for you or it's not right for you. If 5 years down the line, that person is still gonna be there, and they're gonna help you grow, and you're gonna help them grow. So yeah, I really hope this helped, because I know a few, like 5-6 months ago, I would want to see a video like this. Just sharing my knowledge. Don't want to make this video too long, but yeah, I hope whoever actually watched this found some value to it. And yeah, I'll leave my Instagram down below. I don't post YouTube very often, but I want to get into it more as well. And yeah, leave a comment down what your situation is like, and if I should keep posting more videos and what kind of videos. I really hope this helped you guys, and yeah, man, take action. You're gonna have to make some sacrifices, but the reward will be worth it, and it's such a fulfilling journey. Right now, I've cut off a lot of people. I am in that still isolated phase, getting better, working towards my goals, and no one knows about it. And that just has created such a level of, I don't take this in an egotistical way, but a level of confidence, a level of knowing who I am, what I want, and where I'm going. And everything that I see around me I acknowledge it as a car passing down the other side of the highway. I'm still going my direction, they just passed by. It's okay. Any negative thought, you should think of it like that. Yeah, don't want to ramble on too long here. But yeah, see you guys. Drop a like, drop a comment. See you in the next one.